Job 14:13. This was me regarding the TI program. English Standard Version mini sermon time, y'all. Job, this is Job speaking, and Job was suffering immensely. Job was suffering immensely. Here's what he says. Oh, that you would hide me in Sheol, that you would conceal me until your wrath be past, that you would appoint me a set time and remember me. That's what I wanted. I wanted to just stay in bed until God's judgment fell on this nation and God ended this program like he told me and showed me that he's going to do. And then I would get out of bed afterwards. Because I was forced on the street, I literally had to abandon everything. I took the Greyhound across the country to Florida, then to Wyoming, and they were trying to get me to leave Wyoming too. Just to neutralize you. If you're constantly doing this, traveling all over the place, it wears you out. I'm over 50. But God said no, he wouldn't allow for it. However, he wasn't going to allow me just to stay in bed. When I first moved to Wyoming, I stayed in their homeless shelter here in Cheyenne. The targeting was off the chain, y'all. It wasn't that bad the first week, but then they filled the homeless shelter. All the men's beds were taken up. I was being targeted constantly. They would fill up a vehicle, drop people off along the path, because I would go to the library every day, and then the people that I saw in the vehicle, they'd be coming out at different corners. The night before I got into public housing, 3 different men on the top bunk. I was on the top bunk. They were hitting me with DEWs, and my heart was doing this, y'all. I woke up thinking I was having a heart attack and was probably not that far from having one because they were hitting me. And I couldn't scream. I couldn't yell. I whispered a curse word against them. And they all kind of like didn't know what to do because their whole goal was I'm going to flip out in a room full of men so that they can now throw me out on the street in the middle of the night. That was their goal. But God said no. It is all to the Lord's credit that he didn't allow me to react like that. However, what did happen was that the next day I was approved for public housing and got into this place. Okay, that was a miracle. The Lord touched many of these agents to make them work for me to get me into housing. And I praise God. I thank God for them. I thank God for them. But I was so tired and exhausted and bewildered that I didn't even want to go to the restroom. I just wanted to stay in bed under the covers. I considered maybe I'd go number 1 and number 2 and just roll around in it, and who cares? When God has done with this and he has freed us, then I can start functioning again. But the Lord said no. And obviously that's not even a dog would sit there and roll around in their own stuff. But that's how depressed I was. I didn't even want to use the restroom. But God has built me up. He's given me rest. Come to me. Jesus says, come to me, you who are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. I'm paraphrasing. Take my yoke on you. You will see my yoke is easy, my burden is light. So he's given me rest. I'm still tired, but I'm not tired like when I first moved into here a little over 2 years ago. But that was me, just like Job. Wake me up when it's over with. But it's going to be over soon. Help my humble channel grow. Like, subscribe, share, comment, any combination thereof. God bless.